Hello everyone, I am Mohammed Rahman, a mechanical engineer. So for the past several days, I've been talking about family and marriages in Southeast Asia. In comparison to how it is in the West, especially in the U.S. in my society. So for today's video, I want to make perhaps another entry, maybe the last entry on this topic. But for this video, I just want to talk about the concept itself. The concept of marriage and family in Asia, especially Southeast Asia, and how it differs from the concept of marriage and family in the West, especially in the U.S. You see, again, when I went to visit the societies, I saw that in that society in Asia, especially Southeast Asia, the family, you see, the family is kind of the most important thing, you see, and then everyone else or everything else revolve around the family, you see. While in my society in the U.S., this is kind of like the opposite, if we can put it that way. Here in our society, in the U.S., the individual tend to be the focus, or the center at the universe, and then or the individual tend to be at the center of the universe, as we put it, and then everything else is like a side thing to that. But again, in Asia now it's completely different. So I'm thinking this is perhaps why it is very easier to establish a family and for family or marriages to last in Asia, because the people in those societies are already familiar or are already lived under and are already comfortable with this kind of arrangement where the family is at the center, and then everyone else work towards building and maintaining that family. So this is why I saw that, and the people in Asia, again especially Southeast Asia, are much more willing to do or make any kind of sacrifice for the family, and for the maintenance of the family. While the people in the West, especially in the US, we tend to be much more reluctant, if I can put it that way. Yes, at the beginning we make these sacrifices, but in reality we are much more comfortable, to destroy a family or to walk out or walk away from a family, especially where a situation where children are involved. So I see this is much more common, again, in our society in the US. Also, another reason why I think marriages in Southeast Asia tend to last, forever, while in the West, especially in the US, do not. We also in the West, especially in the US, we have built these institutions that facilitate the destruction and that preys upon, and also that are benefiting from the destruction and the misery of the people in our society. For example, family court, family laws, lawyers, judges, all those people. Now we have now, it's very strange, we have now in our society a group of people, a large amount of people that are now benefiting, that are actually making livelihood. They are living very well from the misery of other people. They not only that though, sometimes when you drive around the city, especially in my city, you will see some ads. They have this huge billboard ads, telling people to get divorced, telling people life is too short, destroy your marriage, destroy your family, and destroy yourself. You see, and we have all these ads in our society telling people to do this. You see, it's so crazy, but it is happening. So the lawyers, again, these people, the lawyers, the family court, the judges, these parasites in our society, now they don't even wait for people to come to them. You see, now they go in the community, they go out, and put ads, tell people to get divorced, tell people to destroy your family, destroy your society in as a whole. You see, while in Asia and other part of the country, also in the Middle East and other places that I've visited, this is like unheard of. This is like so crazy that we have this in our society. But they just think about it like, whoa, what is this? You see, so this kind of thing. So we have built all these institutions and all this these people that are now directly benefiting from the misery and from the destructions of family and marriages, again, which is very live, active, and well in our society in the U.S. While in Asia, especially Southeast Asia, they don't have these kind of things. They don't. There are no institutions. There are no large amount of people, group of people that are benefiting from the destruction of families and marriages. So that's another thing that I observed, which I think plays a role why, the families in Asia, the families and marriages in Asia tend to be much more stable and tend to last forever, while the families in our society do not. Some people might say, if I can mention this, some people might say, well, all these institutions, all this, the family court, the lawyers, the judge, all these people, all the things were created, with good intentions. But we have to stop using this nonsense excuse. We are already seeing the results. We are already seeing the havoc. We are already seeing the misery that these things are bringing in our society. So we really have to stop it. We have to forget about what intention people use to make these institutions. We just have to get rid of them because they are destroying our society. We are looking at the results. These things are not good for us. You see, so we have to put an end to it, because again, they are destroying the people, destroying our society from the core, from the bottom. See. So again, I saw those things, and I saw how prevalent they are in our society, but not so much in Asia, especially Southeast Asia. So I just think maybe I should talk about this topic. And again, finally, one of the reasons why I'm even talking about it, the main reason why I'm talking about it, because very strangely, again, in Asia, the people tend to put the family, the collective, at the center of the universe. You see, that's what they protect, that's what they sacrifice for. Strangely, these people that are doing it tend to be much more happier, much more happier and much more pleasant than us. It is very rare. You don't see any case of depression, anxiety, and all this mental health issues, mental health crisis that we are dealing with in the West, in the US. You see, but somehow you was like, how is this happening? They focus on the family. They pay attention towards making the family, working for the family, sacrificing for the family, but yet they are much more happier and much more pleasant than us, that my society, that we focus on the individual, making sure the individual do what is best for them, what is right for them, what make them happy most of the time. But yet we tend to have much more, huge amount of cases of, of depression, anxiety, and all these other health issues. So it's just strange how this happened. Perhaps some people might say it's even counterintuitive, but this is the reality. But these are the things that I observed while I visited, the societies in Asia, especially Southeast Asia. All right. So basically, this is, again, I want to make this last entry on this discussion. And also, if I can mention now, I have my stores and other supportive services, in the links in the links in the description box. You can also check that out. Thank you for watching and for listening.